Hey everybody, welcome back to JOJ. It's February 25th, and right here at the end of the
last Sunday of the month,
last
right?
Sunday of the month, yeah.
All right. So yeah, I don't really have anything else to say to that, huh?
I'm sure I'm somewhere. I'm either at Santee or I've been to Santee. I don't remember.
Filming, we're not real sure where anybody is
We're not
currently.
looking at a phone, so I think this is the championship day of Santee, if I remember right.
I think I'm at volleyball somewhere, Atlanta, Nashville.
Yeah. Hopefully I'm fishing today, and we have fishing church.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is Sunday. Fishing church, hope maybe.
Yes.
To be determined. Okay. The title is God Will Show You, and the Bible verse is Psalm 143:10. Teach me to do your will, for you are my God. Let your good spirit lead me on level ground. God will show you his plan when you seek him. Decide right now to believe this simple fact today. It is God's character to reveal himself and his will to you. Think about it. If the Lord wants you to walk along a particular path, then he must assume responsibility for leading you to it and training you for it. He understands that from your limited earthly perspective, the road can become confusing and that the choices you face are difficult and complex. But as a good and faithful Father who perfectly sees what's ahead of you, or sees ahead and what you require to face it, he is more than willing to help you. He says so many times in his word. In Psalm 32:8, he assures you, I will instruct you and teach you in the way which you should go. I will counsel you with my eye upon you. So as you try to figure out what is best for you, anticipating obstacles and opportunities you cannot see in a future that is unsure, don't rely solely on your limited wisdom. Depend on your loving Father to guide you. He will certainly show you what to do. And then the prayer is, Jesus, I need your guidance. I trust to reveal the path to me. Amen. This one, I know particularly, I immediately think of Abby because she's going to be 17 and she's got just technically yesterday, but last month, school was starting back after Christmas break, and I was like, just think 3 more semesters. And, she doesn't particularly love school, but then to think, gosh, 3 more semesters, I kind of felt probably her right. Oh no, what am I going to do in 3 more semesters,
Yeah.
And so, and I can remember, because I'm so young still, I remember high school, I can remember being, my senior year, I did a teaching thing, and so I thought my path was college, and I was going to be a teacher. I want to teach little kids, and then I did that internship, and I'm sure I've talked about it before, but
Got lice
from those kids.
Bad experience.
As a senior in high school.
Yeah.
But just in general, and I still to this day, I love little kids. I kind of find as our kids get older, I kind of like this age too. But I just, it was not in my heart. I was I don't want to, this is not what I want to do every day. I'm thankful for teachers. I love teachers, but this is not for me. And so then I was left going to college being
what am I doing?
I don't know what I want to do. I guess I'll sign up for business. I literally had no idea what I wanted to do. But I know, and we have talked about this before, I knew I wanted to be a mom. 100%, no question. You could ask me as a probably 7-year-old, 12-year-old, 16-year-old, now, I want to be a mom. That was instilled in me, no different than you wanting to be a fisherman.
Yep.
But even with Abby now, she's kind of gone back and forth as far as career, and there's so much pressure of you have to go to college, you have to have a career, you have to do, and she's told me before, she's I really know, I want to be a mom. And I'm like, Abby, that's perfectly fine. You need to find something you're passionate for as far as, work or, but it's almost that's not good enough anymore to where back in the day, that was the thing, but the world has told us that is
especially
not,
especially as women. And even you were honestly an anomaly for that. I feel like at our age, we are not as young as we weren't once were, but I mean, but like
But-
our parents, even
Yeah.
even our parents, both of our moms, even their generation was like the woman should have a job. Like,
both of our moms still work currently.
and still work
Yeah.
currently, and when they were raising us, they both still worked. It wasn't, we weren't raised in the generation of a mom was a stay-at-home mom. They didn't have a job outside the
Yeah.
home. The dad was the sole breadwinner. That would probably been their parents' generation. That was certainly the case. So I think that it definitely.
But I think that's what goes back to is that God's will. I had to have that instilled in me because He knew what our future was, and in order to make this work, I was going to have to be home because I couldn't have done all the things we've done and like traveled with you and all the things. And now that I run the business side of it, that one semester of business in college
paying off big time, baby.
Paying off right here.
Yep, absolutely.
But so just
and it is it's and the twins. I mean, it's good for them to get to see. I mean, they're seeing the Abby's wheels turning in her brain and her thoughts, and it definitely is. It's already, I think, making them think ahead. And Parker's the one who, more so than any of them, already is way more concerned with what his career is going to be.
Yeah, he is stressed to the max sometimes because he'll say, "Well, Dad knew at 9 he wanted to fish, and I'm 12 now." Like, I mean, he said this when he was 11, but he was like, "Mom, I'm 11. I don't know what I want to do." And I was just like, "Buddy, you are 11. Dad's not normal."
Yeah.
But it's funny, so like I feel like the struggle, that it's hard to sometimes know exactly what God is willing for us and wants for us to do. But sometimes we just have to take that leap of faith and to know, it's easy for us to sit here and be like, okay, well, yes, that He instilled that in us and it's worked out because here we are. Here's where we sit.
Right.
And trying to tell that to Abby, she's, teenagers are, they can look at us now and be like, oh, well, everything, worked out exactly. But there were a lot of tears and in-betweens that
we didn't know if it was going to work out.
No idea what we were doing.
And that's the place where having your faith and being rooted in God and being in those times of being like, okay, I mean, we're trusting you. This is where we
think this is what we're supposed to do.
Yeah, I mean, because it wasn't what we prayed about it, we desired it, we wanted it, but there was never written in a message in the sky, keep fishing. It wasn't ever written in the clouds. You know what I mean? So don't expect God to slap you upside the head with it.
Yeah.
Completely. But if you're
if there is something in there that keeps, if you keep going back to it, trust it.
Yeah, absolutely. And having something that you are passionate about. Jennie was passionate about being a mother. That was what she wanted. She worked as a waitress. She worked building crankbaits. She had multiple other odd jobs until it ended up being at the time where it was like, okay, we're at a place where we can live very cheaply, and you're pregnant, and you could be a mom, and that is what it's going to be at that point. Was it going to stay that way, or was she going to have? We didn't know.
We didn't know.
We could pull it off at that point, barely. And I could fish barely. So it wasn't like there was lots of excess in the beginning. It was just getting by, and that was, we were faithful in those times and kept pressing forward, even when it didn't necessarily look easy
or make sense to anybody else.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. So that's my encouragement to somebody is if it's your God-given passion, and something that I go back to so much is that God gives us all different talents, gives us all different desires. If that is what God has instilled in you, find a way to glorify Him in it. And then if what you're doing is reaching people for Jesus and hopefully bringing people to Jesus, if you're at least planting seeds where you're at, if you're at least planting seeds, He's going to appreciate that, and He's going to be glorified in it. And if you're doing it for Him, if that is your number one purpose in it, I don't know how you can't be successful.
Yeah.
Does that success mean you're going to make millions of dollars? No, but you're going to be
But
successful.
you'll have everything you need to
Absolutely,
continue.
you'll have what you need to. You'll have what you need to live your life. So there's no doubt about that in my mind. All right. Well, next month
We should be live,
should be live. We think.
hopefully by 6:30, because I think you'll be home.
Yeah.
I think I'll be coming back from volleyball.
Yeah. So hopefully
We'll
we'll finally be live again next month, and it will be March.
That was spring.
Almost spring. So close. All right. See y'all then.